Hey everybody, I love it when corporate organisations make ginormous screw-ups, and that's why we're talking about Ford and the Ford Capri. Now, a lot of negative reviews have come out about the Ford Capri, but I bet most of those reviews and those reviewers never actually owned a Ford Capri, and I did. It was at the end of the 80s where I owned a Capri 2.8 injection, one of the last 2.8 injections, the one with the 5-speed gearbox. And whilst it handled like a hover mower, not unlike most other cars of the time as well, so to be fair, it was a superb car. And it's absolutely the new 2024 is no reflection of what the original Capri was about. I find it hard to believe that this new Capri has gone through the design process, the prototype process, the build process, the naming process, all the conventions that you have to go through to get to this point where someone decided in their galactic wisdom to put the stamp model of Capri on that vehicle. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, for those that don't know, Ford is a blue-collar worker organisation. It's designed from a prime price point to hit blue-collar workers, not white-collar workers who go for more expensive cars. So, for those that don't understand the difference between a blue and a white-collar worker, in modern terms, a blue-collar worker may be classed as someone like an electrician or a plumber or something like that, whereas a white-collar worker is someone who can use Microsoft Office. I do find that unbelievable today, working in IT, that someone that can use Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word or Excel or other products within the Office range gets more money than a plumber or an electrician. That said, one of my mates is having a lot of work done at the moment, and the electrician is charging £300 a day. So that's good news. That is good news. I wish I was an electrician. So anyway, let's go back to the car. So Ford create cars for blue-collar workers, people that use their hands. And in the 1990s or the 1980s and 70s, it was generally men that used their hands to make goods that everybody takes advantage of the time, and today as well. There were men that used hands, and they would go out and buy a Ford Capri, and they did a 1.3 and a 1.6 and a 2 litre, and then they did the 3 litre, and then they went on to the V6 2.8 injection. So that gives a bit of a background. Now we've got an SUV that's designed typically for mommies that go to Tesco with a baby in the back. That's all I can describe it as. It's about as close to a Capri as I am sat on the dark side of the moon. It's nowhere near the ideal of a Capri. Absolutely nowhere near. And how it went through the governance process within Ford, and someone came up with the great idea of naming that vehicle the Capri. They must have lost their mind in agreeing with it. I have no idea. Now, Ford could have taken a great opportunity here, because the people that like Capris are 45 years and older, and they could have gone and created a Capri and taken advantage of the excess money that 45-year-olds and above have. Yes? And it's generally speaking, it's divorced men. So, they have the money. They have the money. And you know, my mate, who also had a Capri, he said he would have probably bought one, and I would have bought one. It could have been electric, but it could have been a Capri of the past that looks like the modern vehicle of today. Anyway, let's have a quick read of this. Ford has revived, and this is from Autocar, Ford has revived the Capri nameplate after a 38-year absence for a rackish, what does rackish mean? Not sure. Electric saloon-shaped SUV with Focus ST levels of performance and nearly 400 miles of range. These are going to be £50,000, by the way. These are going to be £50,000. Far removed from its low-slung two-door 1970 namesake, the electric Capri is derived from the Ford Explorer crossover and will enter production alongside that car in Cologne, Germany in the coming weeks. So it's not going to be too long before they get onto the marketplace. Ford Europe design boss Amco Lennart, who has led the Capri's reinvention, indicated the project was on the table as far as back as 2019. I suspect Amco Lennart is a bit concerned of whether he's going to keep his job or not, because no one's going to buy this Capri. The people that would have bought the Capri are not going to be buying it. But anyway, let's move on. Who would not want to bring back the Capri as a design? He said, when he asked about badging and which model from the past could be used to inspire the design team. We love it, but it's got to be the zeitgeist and has to fit in the wider lineup, not just exist as something from a designer to bring back an old car. So it actually sits in their lineup. So in fact, what it's saying is it's just another electric vehicle in the lineup of electric vehicles. So it doesn't stick out and look nice and great and exciting. It's just boring as hell. Bringing back familiar nameplates is part of Ford's strategy to leverage its storied past as a point of differentiation in the electric car era, when technical superiority is harder to achieve and the market is being turned on its head by the arrival of countless new EV startups from China and elsewhere. Yeah, but these EV startups from China and elsewhere cost a lot less than £50,000. That's why they are doing well. Asked more recently how using names like Explorer and Mustang helps to carve a competition edge in its context, Lennart's told Autocar, the public loves that we're bringing nameplates to new territories because they tap into a unique perspective that nobody else has. Goddamn right. Absolutely right. A unique perspective that nobody else has. They've taken a great coupe car, a two-door coupe car, and turned it into a Tesco Mummy van. Why would you do that? Hence why I say I like it when the corporates really screw up. From a personal standpoint, he said he revels in the tension between something that's got the equity of an older name and the new interpretation. Right, let's have a quick look. What's his name? Just bear with me a second. I should have done this. Amco Lennart. Copy. Amco Lennart. He must have his photograph in here. Yeah, he looks about 38, maybe 42, something like that. He's never known what a Capri was. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Amco Lennart. I'll stick a photograph of him up on the on this review. I cannot believe that Amco has come down as the design director for Ford EU and produced a car that's perfect for taking mummy and the kid to Tesco, in replacement of what Ford could have taken an opportunity and slid into a marketplace where no one's daring anymore, except for things like BMW with their Series 3. You know, be daring, do something different. If you'd have brought out a great looking Capri that looked like a Capri and inspired you to stand up and say, I want that, I would have probably gone and bought one. I would have bought one. But I'm not buying an SUV that goes to Tesco and shoving a 4-month-old baby in the back of it. My goodness. My goodness. Such a sad world. Anyway. Sorry, Ford. You've made a real screw up on that one. You have missed a great opportunity again. Ford, wake up. Stop bringing people in that design cars that just satisfy a bland marketplace. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully it meant something to you. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. Do like if you appreciated the content. And don't forget to turn notifications on. It's a growing channel, and we'll see you very soon. Be kind to everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.